Tekken Nerd Time, making, a reaction video to Reina. I didn't make this video right away just because I don't like knee-jerk reactions. I like to sit and process things for a while, stew on it, boil it down before digging into it. And so I took a couple days just thinking about it because my initial knee-jerk reaction to Reina, hate to say it, disappointing. But I'm going to break that down a little bit because that's just the initial impression, and the more I thought about it, the more positive I'm getting about getting into it. So I guess the why disappointment, and it's the aesthetics. I feel like Tekken 7, at least I thought Tekken 7 had learned a lot of really good lessons about character design, especially female character design, that I thought were going to flow over into Tekken 8, and I'm just not seeing it. I guess backtrack a little bit here, a little preface. I feel like I'm making a lot of videos about missteps and missed opportunities of Tekken 8, things I would have done differently, which may give the overall impression that I'm not positive about this game. I'm very positive about Tekken 8. I think this game is going to really knock some socks off. It's going to be good, and so very positive about the overall direction about the game. But nonetheless, Reina, aesthetics, we got this character, and I'll admit I've been trying to avoid the leaks and stuff, so I know she's somehow related to the Mishima family. I'm assuming she's Kazuya's daughter, in which case I'm expecting certain things, and those certain things aren't there. One, we see this very puny character. It looks very similar to the body type that we saw for Lucky Chloe in Kunimitsu in Tekken 7. I was not impressed, did not like that one. Towards the end of Tekken 7's lifestyle, we saw Lydia, who actually had some muscle on her. She actually had a bicep. She actually had some delts. You could tell she actually spent some time in the gym doing some upper body work. It was great to see. And I mean, if she is Kazuya's daughter, Kazuya's effing ripped. He is out of control, busted, ripped, and his daughter, I would expect nothing less from. So I was expecting her to be kind of a muscle-bound monster, at least to some degree. And none of that. Polar opposite. I mean, she is a waif, and not waifu. She is a waif. If you don't know what that word means, look it up. She exemplifies that in the worst possible way. She just looks puny and pathetic, and not wowed. And she's supposed to be this badass, like a punk character, a punk teen, and dark and rebellious and counterculture and shit. And she rolls up, she got a jacket on, and she got a little purple in her hair, and that's it. I feel like she could roll up to my family's Thanksgiving wearing that, and no one would bat an eye. My grandma would have been like, "Hey, I like the purple in your hair, really brings out your eyes. Can I take your jacket? We're laying those out on the guest bed." No one would have thought anything about that. But it just looks very normal, very bland look to it, and it's a huge miss for me, a huge missed opportunity to make her stand out as something really cool and badass, and she just doesn't look it. She does not look like a badass to me. So, I guess, looking at the other Mishima mommy, we're going to Kazumi, from an aesthetics perspective, was a huge hit for me. The beehive haircut, the floating around, all these are homages to the old school Chinese and Japanese vampire and zombie movies, which kind of goes back to the time frame whenever Kazumi and Hayachi would have been cranking out the first kiddos. So for me, that worked incredibly well. And the tigers that she was throwing around all over the place was an homage to the tiger on the back of Hayachi's gi. What a cool thing to do. They took that subtle little thing that didn't really need to mean anything. They turned into something very, very iconic for the character. And that, I was expecting more of that in Reina. I was expecting her to be having like a white Siberian tiger, or like a Black Panther or something like that kind of effect going on. Nothing. We got none of that whatsoever. Just a lot of badass punches, some cartwheelie kicks and stuff. Again, for me, this one's a whiff. I feel like this is just Lucky Chloe with, a smattering of Hayachi moves thrown on there. And aesthetically, it's not working for me. So that was the initial knee-jerk reaction. So I started thinking about it more, about the comparison to Kazumi. So Kazumi, visually, very interesting, very cool. How does she play? Oh dear God, so boring. Dear God, so boring. I mean, all the things that have depth, like her float and her tigers and all that stuff, completely useless moves. No one uses that crap. She just has some above average movement and some solid pokes. The most boring playstyle I think you can ask for. And so at least they didn't do that. And with Reina, we see that she's got a lot of very interesting, very new ideas as far as how she moves, how she attacks, her mix-ups, the whole everything about her has got a very fresh flavor to it. I don't feel like she's going to be a 5-move character. I feel like she's going to be a 20 move in the neutral kind of character. She's going to have a lot going on there. So the more I think about it, as far as gameplay is considered, I do think this is likely to be a win. And the reason why I'm so, I guess, optimistic about that is because they're doing wins all over the place in Tekken 8. I mean, dear God, heaven help me, I was watching a Lucky Eevee video with Lily, and I caught because I hadn't really watched a lot about Lily, and I realized, damn, this character's really well fleshed out. She's got some mixes, she's got some range, she's got this little rabbit hopping thing going on. Like, there's a lot going on in this character. I've been playing this game for a long time. I remember when Lily first debuted, and she had nothing. She would sidestep hop kick and just a random Matterhorn. That was 90% of her gameplay, and there was very little to it. Fast forward to Tekken 7, it's a little bit better. She's got down forward 3, she's got down back 3. That's about it. I mean, we're still not seeing a fully fleshed out character. And now, even Lily, like I said, God help me, I feel like I'm actually considering picking up Lily. And if they can do that, if they can make me consider playing Lily, then the sky's the limit. I feel like, I'm going to give them credit where credit's due, and I'm going to have faith in their design as far as playability is concerned. And really, at the end of the day, the aesthetics is nice and all, but it doesn't matter. The playability is the big thing here. So while at this point, we don't have a lot to go by. All we have is really the aesthetics of Reina, and for me, it's a whiff. It's a C, maybe C minus character design for me, but I think playability is where Tekken 8 is repeatedly shining, and in the long run, she will be a very successful and very interesting character. So I just wish they would have taken a little more risks with her overall design. Maybe underneath that jacket, she's like absolutely covered with like Yakuza dragon tattoos all over her back and arms or something like that. Something that would really make your family gasp whenever she shows up for Thanksgiving. That's what I want to see. I want to see her be an absolute goth freak or something to that effect. Just have her stand out a bit, akin to like Dragunov. That man, if he showed up for Thanksgiving, it would be unpleasant. He would have an unpleasant aura about him, and that's what I want from Reina. Anyways, so that's my 2 cents on the Reina reveal for what it's worth. There's not much to go by. Very early. We've got spoilers coming out one at a time over the next couple of weeks. I'll kind of shine some light on some returning characters that are coming back, and I think that is again going to showcase a lot of opportunities to where the game playability will shine through. So that's it. I think.